Hello and welcome customers of the Best Sound Redirect. The Redirect on Steroids, version 4, has some brand new features that me and Richard have put together, and you're going to love them. There's some very powerful new features added to the already very powerful Redirect on Steroids. It's absolutely amazing what we've done, and you're going to love this, I guarantee it. So without further ado, we'll get into one of the best features, which is the exit overlay. Pretty sure you know what that is. It's basically when somebody tries to leave your page, there's a pop-up. It's an exit overlay, and basically it's got start and end date disabled, just like the main overlay from version 3. It's a fantastic offer that you can put a CPA offer in there, or it could be a special discount that you're offering on one of your products. It could be anything you wish to put in there, but it's a really good feature. It just kind of captures them if they're not interested in your offer, and you can display any type of ad, at all. I would recommend a CPA offer, but anyway, that's it's a really cool feature. You can redirect to a URL on the exit overlay close. So on the exit overlay, there's an X up in the corner of the overlay. When they click that, it closes the window. So really, when they're doing that, they're basically are done with your exit, and they're going to probably end up closing the window anyway. So when you click that box, you can have them go to another offer. So it could be another offer on ClickBank that's related to that redirect. It could be one of your products that's related to that. It could be another product on the Warrior Forum, whatever. It could be anything you want. I would suggest it to be related for conversion purposes, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so you can send them anywhere you want on the close of the exit overlay. We've also got the option for you to set the time for the exit overlay repeat per redirect. What that means basically is once the overlay has been accessed by a user, you don't want it to constantly pop up every time they try and leave the page. That will just be annoying. Okay, so we've allowed you to set a time for that exit overlay to reoccur for a given user. So once he's activated it, if you set it for 5 minutes and that person comes back after 5 minutes, or he's on the same page and he leaves, comes back after 5 minutes and decides to close the window, that exit overlay is going to pop up again for him. And you can set it to days, minutes, hours, years, whatever you prefer. Okay, if you leave it empty, we're going to use 1 hour as a default, okay, because it's mandatory. Otherwise, you're just going to annoy any visitors to your redirect. Okay, you can also run a page load overlay, which is the main overlay, which came with version 3, with an exit overlay that's pointing to the same redirect. So that means you can have a page load pop up and an exit pop up for a given redirect. Really cool. So you can combine the two. Okay, we also have a one-click disable of the main overlay or the exit overlay, or you could disable both of them. So if you have a main overlay and an exit overlay for a given redirect, you could turn one off, or turn the other off, or turn them both off with one button each. So the main overlay has its own disable, and so does the exit, but they're right with the redirect, so they're easy access. Okay, now what we've also done is we've allowed you to tell us where you want the bookmark bar, if you want it on the top of the page, or you want it on the bottom of the page. Okay, so by default with version 3 it was at the top, but now you can tell us you want it on the bottom, so the bar can be switched between the top and the bottom of the page. Cool feature. We've also set URLs that block iframes. What that means is you can manually go in there or into a field and add a URL that you find that blocks iframes. Two examples are Google and Warrior Plus. Okay, they don't want their site loaded into iframes, so they block them. So that what that does basically is that our overlays and the bookmarking and the stealth pages, they all use a iframe, because we can't do that otherwise. We have to use the iframing for those pop-ups, because it's not our site that's being loaded in the background, right? So what we do is with the main overlay, it would still work if one of the URL, like if you added a URL, say you found a site, it was a program you're promoting, and it blocks iframes, and you set it in in the field as a blocked iframe URL, and then you set an overlay to it, a main overlay. What would happen on that condition is it would still load, but it would load your directory, which is all your products that you've created, all your redirects you've created and pointed to the directory. Your directory page will show in the background, and then when they close that main overlay by clicking the X button, they will automatically be redirected to that offer. If you don't use any overlays and just use the bookmarking, no, it would ignore it and it would just do a regular redirect. Same with a stealth page, it would do a regular redirect, and with an exit overlay, it would ignore it and do a regular redirect. This particular feature would only be used on the overlay, stealth page, or bookmark bar if you set those two redirects, or as a global setting. Okay. Now we've also got, this is a really good feature. It disables links using the maximum unique hit count. This is, and you can set these to specific redirects. If you have 2 or 3 landing URLs pointed to one redirect, you can set a maximum unique hit to each of them, and they can be different, whatever you prefer. But the idea of this was came forward from doing list building, which is like swap ads are very popular. Okay, and basically what that is that a person sends so much traffic. Say he's sending 100 unique hits to your offer, you have to send 100 back to him, right? It's a swap ad. It's equal amount of traffic. Well, you can now use the best time redirect to give him that URL to use in his campaign, and then you can disable it after 100 unique hits. So you don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to track it. You don't have to keep watching it and turn it off. It'll automatically do it for you. Really, really good feature for swap ads. And even if you have a huge list and you sell campaigns where somebody pays you, $500 for you to send 200 unique hits to an offer, well, you can set it again to 200 unique hits, and it will automatically turn itself off. And if any more traffic happens to go there, they're just going to go to your directory. You can set URLs instead of using your directory, but if you leave it empty, it defaults to your directory. Okay? So that's a really powerful feature. Now, we've also added a tag to be used for the laser-targeted RS feed data polls. Now, this was ideal for when you use WordPress as your directory, because you don't want to put multiple posts in multiple categories. You really want them specifically put into specific categories. You don't want duplicates because Google doesn't like that. So now you can set this tag to the actual category you're planning to use at WordPress, and basically you set the tag to that category, and then you set your RS feed with the plugin to that category, and then you also use the tag equals in the RS feed, which is going to be the category name, and basically what's going to pull that exact product and it's going to put it in that particular category. Say it was software and the product was software related, so your tag software, your category software, is going to be specifically placed into the category software. It won't go anywhere else. Okay, so that was the main reason for this, but it can be used in any other way. If you're pulling in RS feeds to display products on download pages or whatever, and you want it specifically targeted, and you know that tag was only used in specific products, you can pull in very specific products on your download page. Okay, so you can use comma separated tags if you prefer. Now, we've also tweaked the WordPress plugin for the redirect. It now automatically adds the category if it's not present. Okay, before you had to go in manually, add the category, go create your feed, and put that category in the feed. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just put your feed URL in the plugin with the category in the string, and we show you how to do that. That category will automatically be created, and the post will be put into that category if it's not present. Okay, so you don't have to add your categories anymore. You just have to add the feed URLs. Very good feature for automation. Okay. We've also added the option to auto-generate a QR code for a specific redirect to download. Now, we've had the QR code in the bookmark bar all the time since version 3, but now you can, right beside the redirect where you get all your stats and all the buttons to add overlays and stuff like that, we have another one there that where you can add, or where you can download a QR code. So basically what you do is you click it, it pops up a little Java window, and in there is the QR code is defaulted to, I think, it's either 200 or 150 by 150, but you can change that. Right there in that window, you just change the size. It's a square box of equal size, so you set it to like 200 by 200, 150 by 150, 125 by 125, and then you click submit. It resizes that graphic. You right click it and download it to your PC and put it wherever you like. And the cool thing about this is that QR code now is a redirect in itself to the particular offer that you got that image from, and it also got tracking code in it. So you'll be able to come back to your admin and look at your tracking codes to look to see how many cell phones have scanned your QR code for that redirect. Really, really powerful feature. All these features put together have just made the version 4 that much more powerful, and I strongly suggest that you scroll down the page, click that payment button, because it's not going to be offered at this price forever. We will be taking this down, and we will just be selling it as a standalone for a much higher price. So I highly, highly recommend you get this while you can. Okay, we haven't set a date for when we're going to take it down, but it's not going to be up forever. Okay, so I suggest you pick it up. It's only $10, and there's a heck of a lot of good features in here, and you're gonna love it. We've got tutorials on how to update and all that stuff. Real simple. It's not hard to do at all, and that's all on the download page once you get there after you make your payment. So I'll see you on the inside, and have a great day.